Good evening. My name's Mrs Kalocsai, and welcome to our final Facebook Live for 2020. Tonight we're talking about some different pathways that we're offering to our high school students at Santa Sophia, and with a particular focus on VET, which is vocational education and training, and also some partnerships that we're starting to build with universities. So we'll start with some introductions. Tonight I have with me Mrs Grinham, and Kim is the leader of learning for VET for CEDP, so she works for the diocese but does a lot of work with Santa Sophia and has been instrumental in setting up our industry skills program. So welcome, Kim.
Thank you, Lisa.
And here I have Stephanie Campanale, and Stephanie is our partnerships and pathways coach, which we share Stephanie with St Luke's at Marsden Park. And Stephanie's only been with us since August, isn't it?
That's right.
And has already started to build some amazing partnerships and has done some awesome work so far. So welcome, Stephanie.
Thank you. It's my pleasure to be here.
Thank you. Mm-hmm. So as I mentioned, the focus of tonight is around VET and our university partnership. So we might start with Kim. So for the parents that have students in year 7, 8 and 9, you've probably already heard about our industry skills program. So we have students as young as year 7 who have already earned a national qualification in a Certificate 1 for access to vocational pathways, and other students who have they've already achieved Certificate 2
not yet. But they're working towards it,
Yeah. So Kim's been, very instrumental in setting that up, and so I thought maybe, Kim, we would start with talking a little bit about your role and what you do in CEDP and what VET actually is.
Thank you, Lisa, for the opportunity, and for Mark and the school for letting me be here tonight. My role is, as Lisa said, leader of Learning VET, and I look after all the vocational education training courses that are delivered at school or are part of the HSC study pattern. And so I work in multiple schools, but one of my schools that I work in is Santa Sophia. And as Lisa said, it's a very exciting program and unique in the diocese for the industry skills program. And that this year is the first year it's run, and it's been very successful. So that program is providing students in year 7, 8 and 9 the opportunity to complete a nationally recognised qualification in Certificate 1 access to vocational pathways, and then now the students are working towards a Certificate 2 in skills for work. And being a nationally recognised qualification, that means that the students are getting the same qualification as they would anywhere else in Australia. Any other RTO or registered training organisation that delivers it would give them that same qualification. So a VET course, what is VET? VET is vocational education training. It's a course that I think a lot of people would think it's a TAFE run course, but it doesn't have to be delivered in TAFE. It can be delivered in any recognised registered training organisation. And here in the Parramatta Diocese, we are a registered training organisation, so we can offer vocational education and training courses at school as part of their study pattern, and in some schools as part of their HSC.
So it's quite unusual for year 7 and 8 students to be embarking on a VET pathway, and the Certificate 1 is sort of a beginning step. So what's the options for these students moving forward as they move into stage 5 and stage 6?
Sure. So the skills for work qualifications are based around improving students' literacy, numeracy and digital literacy skills so that they are able to then easily access a certificate 2, 3 or above qualification at TAFE or any other training organisations. So we're setting them up with the skills to then further possibly go into other vet courses, but it doesn't have to be a vet course. So although they're doing it in years 7 and 8, we will be offering them other opportunities to then specialise in an area, a pathway, which might involve a vet course. So this year next year, we're offering business services, Certificate 2 in Business Services as an early commencement course for the HSC. As the school grows, we will offer more vet courses in year 10 as early commencement, and then the possibility of doing vet courses in year 11 and 12 if that's what the students will choose. But just because they're doing a Certificate 2 in Skills for Work doesn't mean they have to then continue on in vet. They might decide that in year 9 or 10 that's not their pathway, and they will take a different pathway, which Stephanie will talk about later. But at this point in time, if you wanted to continue on, it gives them a taste for it. It gives them an understanding of what a qualification is, what a nationally recognised qualification is, what's required in that area to do a vet course, and then sets them up for the possibility of that in the future. And even if they don't follow vet for the rest of their time here at school, the future of the workforce is that people are going to go in and out of training. And that might mean that you do a university course and you might also do a vet or TAFE course somewhere else down the track, or micro-credential.
Yes, and you mentioned some of the skills that they're acquiring, and I think a lot of those skills align with our Santa Sophia capabilities as well. So digital literacy, collaboration, literacy, numeracy, and so it's a nice alignment, and those students are already quite skilled in that area. But with vet, that's a different way of assessing, so you don't get a grade as such, do you? It's not an A, B, C, D,
no. We don't rank them. We don't rank the students.
No. So could you maybe talk a little bit about assessment and how they become qualified?
Yes. So vet courses are based on competency-based assessment, and a competency is skills and knowledge that the industry has decided is necessary for a future employee to have at the level that they're studying. So a Certificate 2 is entry level workforce, Certificate 3 tends to be your apprenticeship level, and so on. And so there's certain skills and knowledge the industry has decided you need to have at those levels. They clump them together into competencies, and then we will deliver a unit of competency and then assess them on that unit of competency, all those particular skills and knowledge. So when we're assessing them, as Lisa said, that we don't grade them, we don't compare them to other students. It's a matter of, can you do it or can't you do it? And if you can do it, you are competent. And if you can't do it, then we consider it as not yet competent or working towards. And then the difference between this assessment and other assessments is that we give you multiple opportunities to achieve. So if you don't get it the first time, you can go back and look at it again and resubmit again. And you can do that several times, and hopefully by the end you have been considered competent. Yes.
Good. And you mentioned we've got early commencement of business services next year. So we've got, I think, 8 of our Year 10 students starting Year 11 with business services. And there's some rules around ATARs and HSC and vet subjects. So if I did business services and my child did retail or business services, can that count towards an ATAR or their HSC?
Yes. So with early commencement, that means that you're starting a Year 11 course, a HSC course, in Year 10, and that you would do the preliminary course in Year 10, and then you would do the HSC course of business services in Year 11, which would allow you to sit the HSC exam at the end of Year 11. So you would finish one HSC course by the end of year 11. That will give you more time in year 12 to focus on the rest of the courses that are available. They are 2 units in waiting, vet courses, and most vet courses, not all vet courses offered at school are ATAR courses, which means that the mark will go towards your ATAR, but you have to sit the optional HSC exam. So in these courses, there is a HSC exam if it is an ATAR course, but it's optional. So if you don't sit the exam, you still pass, you still get the qualification, it just doesn't count towards the ATAR. But if you do want it to count towards your ATAR, then you need to sit the exam. And generally speaking, vet courses tend to be the best mark or second best mark that students will achieve in the school, not just here at Santa Sophia, but that's our evidence across the diocese and broader than that again. So they're worthwhile doing. They're not just for students who want to go into a trade or who may not want to go to university. They can complement. So things like engineering and construction complement each other. So you can do a vet construction course and you learn the practical and the skills of actually building, so that when you are an engineer, you understand what you're doing. So we're looking more and more towards complementary vet courses with academic courses.
Great. So we have the students who are doing the early commencement, and that's one pathway that we have available for our students. And some students may opt to pursue a more traditional pathway where they don't start year 11 until year 11. But you just explained that those of the students who are starting their prelim course in year 10 have effectively finished a portion of their HSC by the end of year 11. And being a pre to post school, that allows the students in year 12, they've got a little bit more time on their hands because they potentially have finished 20% or even up to 50% of their HSC. So in year 12, there's that opportunity to access the post, the universities, the tertiary. So that brings us to the work that Stephanie's doing, because we do have some students. We're only up to year 9, of course, now, but it won't be long until those year 10 students who are starting prelim next year will be in year 12 and ready to commence university or college of some kind. So
that's right, we're laying those foundations right now.
Yes.
So we are actively pursuing a number of different partnerships and pathways for our students at Santa Sophia. We're actively engaging with different universities to explore early offer opportunities, early commencement opportunities, and really building our brand of our students at Santa Sophia as being independent learners, critical thinkers, and introducing our students to a number of different universities. So we are paving the way and laying that foundation for our students as they grow through the school.
Yes. So what kind of partnerships are we pursuing at this point?
Yes. Well, actually, we've been quite successful so far with our partnerships. Already at the school, we've been bringing in industry professionals to speak with our students to help enrich the curriculum, but also to give them exposure to different career paths that they may be interested in pursuing. So already we've had gamification and coding experts speak to our students. Yes. We've had some entrepreneurs come into class and share about their home businesses and their successes and how they've adapted to COVID. And we've also had some human resource professionals speak to our students about working in teams and also pursuing careers in professional sports. We have quite a few lined up for 2021, and we certainly encourage our parents to reach out to us if they would like to share some of their expertise.
Yes, yes, and we do have on our website I'm just trying to think where we find that, but it's on our website where parents can contact us.
I will show you, absolutely,
yes,
absolutely.
Great.
That's under our Contact Us button, and there is a tab that says Become a Partner. So we're certainly interested in partnering with our families as well.
Also, it's a perfect fit for inquiry-based learning because we're, practicing, scenarios that are applicable to the real world. And when we get those real world contacts involved in our projects, it adds relevance, doesn't it?
Absolutely, and we've been reaching out to a lot of local businesses as well, including Stockland and Bunnings, our local councils, and even Jack's Tire and Auto.
Yes.
That these are all organizations and that are really interested in Santa Sophia, very interested in our students, and would like to help support them through mentorship or becoming a guest speaker. So we're really fostering some great ties with the local community.
We certainly are. And we've got some great...
We do. I'm very happy to let our community know that we're launching some new tools.
Yes.
And I would love to share a little bit more about those tools with you. And I just wanted to draw your attention on how to contact us to become an industry partner. You simply go to the Contact Us button on our website and scroll down to Become a Partner. And that will take you to our Building School to Industry Partnerships page. I just wanted to draw your attention on how to contact. We are very interested in local entrepreneurs who may be able to share their successes with us. And also, if you have any interest in digital literacy or digital footprint, we're certainly very interested in hearing from you. So there is a form on our website, and you can simply fill that out and submit that, and we will get in contact with you. So there's many ways to become a corporate partner.
Excellent. So I believe, just looking at the comments there, that our audience could see our video but couldn't hear, and so they've missed some information about
Yes, both of our two new tools.
So,
well, I'll be able to tell a little bit about that we have launched the Santa Sophia Career Tools website, and it is Santa Sophia Box Hill Careers.com.au. and we certainly can. We're going to give every person, every student access to that website with a special login, and I will be able to show you this right now. Here it comes. So it's an area that is rich with resources for post-school pathways. Students are able to do a career search and be able to look at different career targets. And we also have a running flow of all sorts of different external webinars and activities for them that they may want to pursue. For instance, there's a Physics Career Week hosted by CSIRO this week. And next week, we certainly have a virtual Women in Engineering information session. So there is always going to be continuous updates for students. On the top of our dashboard, there's a number of important information that links to a calendar of events for students, information on the HSC and ROSA, post-school options, and links for parents and students. And we're going to be able to assist students as they enter the student area, which I will log into, that allows them to take personality tests, strengths assessments, and work values that will help better align their goals with some different post-school pursuits. Now, the other website that I wanted to show to you is Job Jump. And I will put that on now. And this is really exciting. I have to log in here.
And all our students will have their own login.
Absolutely, yes, they will. And this site is really exciting to me because if I just come up here onto the dashboard, if you're looking for a specific career choice, let's just take at the top aeronautical mechanic. And if we click on aeronautical mechanic, it will tell you what subjects you may wish to study, mathematics and physics. And this actually gives students a guide about their course selection. If we come over to ATAR, this is really very interesting when it says for course search. You can enter in an ATAR, or if you can, at 99.925, the world is our oyster, and we can certainly choose the course we want. But if we wanted to put in, let's say an 80 ATAR, and I would like to study a subject perhaps in business, and I just with a simple click, I'm able to access all of the different courses that are on offer for this prerequisite requirement. You can see on the right-hand side, this is my 80 ATAR, and I can see all of the courses that I can do that would be applicable for me, and from a number of different universities. And I can simply select and click with my like button and compile all of these courses that I want to explore further. There's many different resources that Job Jump provides, and we'll be able to walk our students through this, but I just wanted to show how the ease for parents, that with one click you can click on open days and you can see all of the major universities and their open days for 2020. There are many different virtual tours and scholarships. There's also the adjustment factors, bonus points, and lots of other information. And the beautiful thing about Job Jump is it also explores all of the TAFE courses, just like we did for university courses. So if I wanted to, for instance, explore hairdressing, I could just click on hairdressing. I could do makeup or cosmetics, but I'll just do hairdressing for today. And you can see that it lists all of the different certificates that I could pursue, how far away this in particular TAFE is from where we are this evening. And we'll compile all of this information. I can then click on one of the courses, and this course has already begun for this term, but I can click on this, and it will let me know of the next time that it is being held, which is the 1st of February. So it's a direct dashboard to access great information. And the last thing that I wanted to point out, it does many, many functions, but it does allow students to create their very first resume and cover letter that we will guide them through that process and equip them to create their own resumes and begin to build their online presence in the workforce.
That's really exciting. It reminds me a lot of, when we were at school, the traditional careers advisor that you might go to see to, what ATAR do I need for this course? What unis offer this course? What subjects should I select if I want? And it's all there, and they can log in at any time.
Absolutely. And students and parents will be empowered to do a lot of this research at their pleasure, and be able to explore many, many different avenues that they can at least do that for initial research, that all of it is here. And for instance, I was just able to type in if I had a 75 ATAR, but I really want to study law. There are paths and there are options. This is one student, but there are many pathways.
Yes, so we don't necessarily need the ATAR to get to that course. If there's another pathway, the job jump will explain that
absolutely
additional pathway.
Mm-hmm.
The details again.
Yes, so the details of the websites again. One of the Chantel's asking just if you could repeat the first one, the Santa Sophia.
Absolutely. So our website, let me go back here, is Santa Sophia Box Hill Careers.com.au. Let me go back here if I can. And we're going to be sending the link to all of our students. We can do that for term
the careers portal.
Yes, we can, and that does have a special password in the student area. So we won't be giving that out online tonight, but we'll certainly send that home with students, so they'll be able to begin accessing this information straight away.
And the same for job jump.
And the same for job jump. That students will be able to log in using their Santa Sophia email address. And we have a password that we'll give out, and then they'll be able to change that password.
Great.
Okay, so that way that's a secure login.
That's excellent.
Mm-hmm. And I also wanted to mention LinkedIn, that we also are building our LinkedIn presence. Santa Sophia does now have a LinkedIn page. We are going to be able to have news and be able to connect with lots of industry partners through the LinkedIn profile. And this way we can also start building our alumni network as our students grow. And we'll be able to help our students create their own profiles.
Yes, eventually they can have their own personal profile.
That's correct.
Attached to Santa Sophia.
That's right.
Excellent. Very exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Please don't forget to ask any questions that you might have, and we'll work our way through those questions. And one of the questions that I'd noticed was a question around VET-KIM and whether there's any additional cost being an external course in a way. Do students have to pay more to do it?
That's a very good question, because if you were to do these courses at TAFE or another private training organisation, they do cost thousands of dollars to do. But because we have trained teachers here at Santa Sophia and we are delivering them here at school, so the students don't need to go to a TAFE or another training organisation, there is no additional cost to the student other than maybe getting a uniform, depending on the course. So if it was hospitality, there might be a uniform involved. There might be safety boots if you're doing construction, but for business services, which is our course that's running at the moment, it is no additional cost at all. So it's a fantastic opportunity, because there would be several thousands of dollars at TAFE, sorry.
Yeah, and part of the school fees here.
Part of the school fees just comes, with all your other subjects here at school. Yeah.
Excellent. Okay, there was another question about will we offer the Duke of Ed, and I think eventually that's certainly something that we'll be looking at. I don't think it's for 2021, but certainly when we get to Box Hill and we have more staff and more students, that's certainly on the cards. Okay, we've nearly run out of time, but we'll answer some last minute questions before we go. So we'll just have a look. And you mentioned, Stephanie,
Yes.
while I'm having a look for questions, you mentioned that you're going to do a survey of our Year 10 students.
That's
so you
right.
might
In
want to talk about
2021,
that.
when we come back to school, we will be conducting a survey with our Year 10 students just to gauge their ideas and thoughts on their post-school pathway. And it's not held in stone, but we're going to encourage, when that survey does come out, that students complete it alongside of their parents. And that way it can be a collaborative effort, and we're hoping that students can think about their careers and post-school pathways that rely on their strengths and their interests and also their values. And so therefore we can have a better indication of where they'd like to go. And that helps us prepare with the courses that we deliver, and will prepare us for those meaningful conversations when we do meet with students.
Helps us to target our energy where the students need it.
That's
most.
right, student driven.
Excellent. Well done. And something else I thought of, Kim, that we didn't really talk about when we were talking about VET is the VET courses that the students can do in especially stage 6 often have an element of work placement attached to that course. So can you tell us a little bit about work placement and what it involves and how long it goes for?
Sure. Work placement is a mandatory NESA requirement for the courses delivered at school, and it gives the students an opportunity to take the skills and knowledge they've learnt at school and to put it into a real work environment. So work placement is a 70-hour requirement for NESA, and we normally do that in a two-week block. Not together. Normally we do 1 week in the prelim course and one in the HSC course. But students will be given employers from us that they can select from and to go out to do this work placement. It will be up to the student to find their own transport there, and they must attend. If they don't finish the 70 hours work placement, they will be not considered eligible for the HSC in that course. So it is a very important element, but a great opportunity for students to go out and experience the real workforce. It's not like work experience. Work experience, they can go out and observe. We expect them to actually do the work at the level that they're studying in, so they have to participate in the work that's available. We also have a provider that helps to provide us with work placement opportunities, but we would be interested in hearing from any parents that may have businesses or opportunities that they could possibly host students in that area.
Yeah,
We'd love to hear from you about that, because work placement, particularly post-COVID, is very hard to get. Many employers, as you can imagine, are still trying to get back on their feet, and then taking a student for work placement is not high on their list at this point in time. So if you have a business or you know of people that might be able to host our students, we'd love to hear from you as well.
So we're looking at things like restaurants
in the future, but for business services,
for business services, admin, but for future courses like retail and
cafes,
financial services, hospitality,
they're the area, construction, fitness,
so any sort of businesses around that could support us. And it is something to keep in mind choosing a VET course, that there is this element of work placement, and it is part of the conditions of, you haven't really completed the course unless you can do that work placement. So
NESA will not let you get out of it. So if you don't want your son or daughter to do work placement, or you feel they're not ready for it, probably don't pick a course there. But it is a great experience, and lots of students have got part-time work out of doing work placement or apprenticeships in the future, so it can be very valuable. Or sometimes the students go out there and they decide that's definitely not what they want to do for the rest of their life. And so that's a good outcome as well.
A good outcome, a good learning experience. That they're not going to pursue that because they may not have enjoyed their work placement.
That's right.
But,
yeah,
good. I've got a question about bringing industries into the school setting to make the learning real, and Stephanie talked a little bit about some of our already in the short time you've been here, we've set up some great partnerships with various industries, and they're available. I think those Zooms that we've had with...
That's exactly right. Yes, they are posted now on our santasophiacareers.com website. There's a number of different industry professional Zoom recordings that we have compiled, and we have many more that we're planning to do for the future. I've been reaching out to some cybersecurity experts, for people that are involved in digital footprints, also on financial literacy from some of the larger banking partners that have expressed interest in having us. And so there should be a great lineup. I am hoping to launch an entrepreneurial series because most of entrepreneurs start their businesses either in a kitchen or a garage, and I know that they're out there within our families, and it would be great to showcase some of that success. We also are speaking to a group that is very capable in helping students start startup businesses, entrepreneurialism, and that would be something very interesting for our students to explore about, starting their own businesses and learning some of the key tools that would be essential to make them a success.
We do have a strong interest in our Stage 5 elective, which is entrepreneurship. We have 2 classes this year. I think we've got another 2 next year. So entrepreneurship is certainly something that Santa Sophia students are interested in.
Yes,
so
they are.
Really looking forward to that partnership as well.
Yes.
Okay, how are we going for questions? Rebecca, thank you for all the work you are doing in providing these opportunities for our kids. Awesome resources. So Tina's asking about what VET courses Santa Sophia will look at offering in the future. So we mentioned that next year we have business services. We did offer more than just business services, but we've got quite a small cohort in Year 9, and the interest in this particular cohort going into Year 10 was all about business services. So we have mentioned some other, when we were talking about the parents and what type of businesses can help us, but what are the most popular VET courses, Kim, in the Parramatta Diocese? Hospitality
would be up there, and that's the focus of food and beverage, so working in a cafe, coffee making, those sorts of things, baristering. And construction is very popular in other schools, entertainment. Financial services is the new exciting course that's been offered in schools around the area, and that is a great course. It's a Certificate 3 in Financial Services that gives the students the opportunity, depending on the university, possibly to get early entry based on the Certificate 3 Financial Services in that area. And we also have fitness, and so that's a Certificate 3 in fitness. It's not the whole qualifications, it's a statement of attainment, but a great opportunity for the students if they want to go into that area, particularly also if they want to have a part-time job while they're at uni. Some of these courses are great for getting them a head start in that area as well. What else have I mentioned? Business.
You mentioned that some of the diplomas can give you credit for university units.
We don't do diplomas, but yes.
No, but down the track we had the diploma.
Oh, yes. So universities are now looking far greater than the ATAR, and they're looking for students that are well-grounded and with lots of skills and abilities. So the more they can get involved in building their skill set up, the better. And so having a Certificate 3 is something that certain unis will look at, and diplomas, and on top of your HSC. So I think the more the students can do to build their skill set up, they have a better chance of getting in. A lot of students are getting in early entry now, way before the HSC starts.
Yeah, I think it's quite a surprisingly low percentage of students actually going to university
Absolutely.
based on their ATAR.
Yes.
That's right.
Yes.
Be lower than 30%.
Yes.
There's many other pathways into university, and we've been exploring some of those, like the diploma.
That's right.
Like a portfolio, different ways, early entry. Many unis are focusing on so they're interested in your maths mark if you've applied for accountancy, for example, rather than your ATAR. So the focus on this ATAR is not as strong.
Changing.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. What universities have you established partnerships with to date, and what does that partnership look like, Stephanie?
Yes, well, we're working very closely with Macquarie University and the University of Notre Dame, and we are exploring all sorts of different opportunities for our students as far as early entry and early commencement programs, and we're having some further conversations regarding that even in these last few weeks of school. And also on a different type of partnership that we're working with these universities in professional development for our teachers, so that some of our teachers are able to benefit from the know-how from universities to strengthen their teaching practice and to have that type of professional development and coaching. And also that the school will benefit by having some exceptional pre-service teachers spend their time and train in our very contemporary learning spaces and get exposure to flipped learning, and then hopefully we'll be able to really capture great talent as it comes out of a university as well, and keep in touch with those individuals.
Yeah,
So
the universities are quite excited about the opportunity that their pre-service teachers have coming to Santa Sophia, because it is a different way of teaching and getting exposure to contemporary learning, and inquiry-based learning is something that the universities are coming to us to send their teachers, but we're also getting that benefit.
That's right. And also on the research side. So there's many terrific things that we're doing here at Santa Sophia, and we definitely have the university's attention, and they're going to be able to help us perhaps measure and research those areas, and perhaps that can be published in research journals, but just help us strengthen what we're doing here at Santa Sophia. We're getting a lot of great attention.
Yeah, well done. Excellent. Okay. Any more questions? We've still got, how long have we got? We've still got some time, so if you have any questions about our different pathways, feel free to ask here. If you would prefer, send us an email, and we're happy to answer your questions tomorrow as well. But while we've got the experts here, let's take advantage of that. When we get to Box Hill, we'll have obviously amazing facilities there. We've got a great hospitality kitchen.
That's right.
We've also got a gym for vet fitness. So we're really excited about getting over to Box Hill and utilising those amazing
spaces.
Very
Yes.
lucky.
Very lucky.
Yes. Okay.
I can let you know that we're doing a number of one-on-one Zoom calls as well, where we actually had a very successful Zoom call amongst a student and an industry professional that was very interested in graphic design. And we were able to arrange a conversation with the head of an agency, an advertising and graphic design agency that has top tier clients, who actually spent 30 minutes with this student, looked at his digital portfolio, gave him feedback and advice on what he has created, and gave him some ideas about the skills that he would need for a future career in graphic design. So we've been doing those type of one-to-one Zoom meetings as well. And tomorrow we actually have a Zoom call with the New South Wales Swifts for a student who is extremely passionate about working in professional sport in netball. And so we've arranged for her to speak with a player on that team and discussing about all of the different avenues that there are about in working in professional sport. So it's just another way that we're providing an up close and personal taste of what it's like to walk alongside industry professionals, and we're happy to arrange those meetings for students.
Yeah, and I'm thinking of the student with the graphic design.
Yes.
It's just really inspired him, and he's more passionate than ever, and completely enthusiastic about his he already considers himself to be a graphic designer, and he's doing amazing things, and having that mentor available has been just added to that passion for him.
That's
hasn't
right.
it?
It really has.
Inspirational.
Yeah, it is. Yes. Excellent. Okay. Well, I think we'll finish up our Facebook Live, and just would like to, before we go, thank Kim again for joining us and giving up your evening to spend with Santa Sophia. And
Pleasure.
Stephanie, thank you once again.
Thank you. It was really fun.
Yes.
Fabulous. Thank you.